Biker.
What? Gabby thinks I was going to hit a guy.
How do you say what?
Okay. We are so glad you're here today.
Welcome to How Do You Say Yaros.
I'm going to take some of that now.
We are so excited to talk to you today about one of our most amazing topics.
Hit and runs.
No. Oh, no, that's horrible. Our most amazing topic is...
I should have turned there.
Oh my gosh. Is camp.
See,
we're so distracted because this is like our most topic of all time.
It is a very important topic to us.
It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT topic.
Well, that's a big state. It's one of the most. Yeah, it might be.
Yeah,
it might be the GOAT. I don't know.
It might be the GOAT. I don't know.
So what type of GOAT are we talking here? Brazilian?
What type of camp are we talking here? We haven't specified.
We are talking about Jesus Camp.
Woo!
Specifically, but also not for adults, not for children either. That's a different story. Youth camp. So for teenagers.
Good point.
Yeah. We do not want to go to children.
12.
Yeah. No
oh
children.
Oh my gosh. Not children's camp. I'm not going to lie. I did Jesus camp in the kids camp version one time.
I did it one time too. Oh.
It was brutal.
Yeah. That's a real piece of work.
Oh gosh.
That's a stressful week.
Yeah. Love the kids, but it was just different. But so we're talking about youth camp. So junior high and senior high together.
Yep. 6th through 12th grade.
Yep. In Pennsylvania is where ours is.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Obviously, because, I currently reside in New Jersey. Gabby has lived in New Jersey, and one day we will not. Praise Jesus. But
you mean like when we're in eternity in heaven?
No, sooner than that.
Because you're right in that case.
No. But we obviously New Jersey has to leave to go to Pennsylvania for camp because New Jersey sucks.
Whatever.
But anyway, we met at youth camp, both as counselors. That's an important part of this. Very important clarification piece.
Unlike friends of ours.
Yes. Scandalous. But we were both counselors. Mm-hmm. We met several years ago in a place in Canadensis, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And it was wonderful. It was, how many times had you already gone as a counselor at that point?
Oh my gosh. All right, so as a counselor?
Yeah.
Oh, we met in 2015?
Yep.
Okay, wait. So then I had been going maybe since 2008.
As a counselor?
Well, yeah, because I graduated from high school in 2007.
Okay.
And I went to this same camp as a high schooler, like starting in like my sophomore year.
Yeah.
And then I went as a counselor for like right as soon as you could, because you technically could start as a counselor when you graduated high school, but you had I started with kids camp. That's right.
Yeah. I think.
All right, so don't count kids camp. So then maybe 2009, because then I started. You're not technically. You had to be a certain age to start with junior high, but they needed people, so they let me do it.
Sure.
So I got to start maybe sooner than you usually would be able to.
Yeah.
So maybe since 2009.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah, because I went to camp, obviously, as we've said, many, many years. And Adam goes his first time, and he meets me, right? God bless him.
Obviously,
right?
I'm what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the camp leader, Fabian Calapooch, jokes on us saying he said at one point how he's like, yeah, camp has 100% success rate of meeting your spouse, your godly spouse or something.
Absolutely.
And I call shenanigans on that junk because it was not 100%. Yeah, Adam was like, yeah, 1 and 1. I went one time, met my wife. And it's like,
beautiful.
No, bro. Like, I had gone so many years, like the upteenth year I finally meet him. Okay, because this is camp. So we'll explain camp, and it's amazing, and everyone should go. But I will say...
Did we talk about how we met before on the podcast?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
The one that said our origin story, was that the podcast, or...
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, carry on.
Done research.
Yeah.
So, so I had gone to camp so many times, and obviously as a student, of course you're looking around like, oh, who's cute? Like, who's going to be my camp crush?
Obviously.
Every year at camp, I had a camp crush. So much fun, right? That's part of it. God loves it. He knows. Jesus knows. You can't hide it from him.
Absolutely.
And then as a leader, same thing, because, wasn't never really dating anybody.
Sinful.
No. So I would roll up to camp. They have camp orientation for the leaders.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And camp orientation is like well, it's long, right? But whatever. So you're there, and they, and I'd done it many times, so I kind of know what they're gonna say. So I'm just kind of looking around, and all those years, it was like I would initially look around, like, all right, are there any cute like guy counselors here? Like, is this the year?
Is this the year?
Jesus, is this year? And I would pray on my way up to camp, and then sure enough, I would look around, and I'd be like, all right, it is not the year.
Oh.
I'm like, it is not the year. All right, Lord. And then I would be like, dang. And then I would like pray and repent and be like, okay, God, I will now focus on you. You didn't want me to be distracted. I'll focus on the girls counselors that I get. Blah, blah, blah. And then this year.
Well, I mean, that year.
Well, that year, I actually looked around and I noticed Adam. And I was like, oh, snap. Interesting. He's really cute. But I thought he was younger, like way younger. I thought he was Liam's age, which is 4 years younger than me, my brother's age. So Liam, of course, he knows I'm looking around, and he's looking around too, and I'm like, bro. And he's like, yeah, I already noticed him too. And I was like, all right. So, like, what do we think? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, does he look like he's your age? He looks like he's your age, right? And he's like, he might be my age.
The youthful significance. My glasses today, if you're on this, don't tell that.
Well, also, you were clean shaven then.
I was clean shaven.
Yeah, totally clean shaven. So you looked younger.
I've got to be clean shaven again at some point.
Sure, I love you clean shaven too. It's very handsome.
I did this to look older.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What? Really?
Years ago, yeah. To get respect.
Years ago. You really started having more facial hair when we like got married.
I still needed to look older.
Interesting.
Not for you, for the world.
Oh, for the world. Well, you don't worry about the world, Adam. You wear the hair that you want to wear the hair of.
No, I wanted to look older. Anyway, I needed to look older.
Interesting. You don't need to look older.
I
So
did.
handsome. So anyway, me and Liam had this discussion, but then I'm like, I really think if he's like Liam's age, I feel like that's like, I can't do that. So then, anyway, Liam ended up finding out his age. It worked out well. So yes, so that year, yes, there was a success rate, but not 100%.
For me, it was.
Not a one.
Did that only came back when I got married? Hey-o!
Heyo.
That's so camp. Yet, guys, maybe girls have worse luck. Guys, you need to go one time, you'll find your wife. Done.
How'd you get it? So,
yeah.
What to expect from camp?
It is one of the most emotional weeks of your year. First of all, now people, when we advertise this, and it's 100%, it's 100% truthful,
100.
that if you're, you go to church, you're
buck.
in that world, it's like a year's worth of youth church in 1
yeah.
week. It is.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
But that also means it is...
Research proves that.
Yeah, it is. It's like that because you're together constantly. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
However, it's also everything else in 1 week as well. So I don't want to pretend it's all the year's games, all the year's emotional ups and downs. It is, and I say that with love, but it is good. It's like, it is a year's worth of events packed into 4.5 days, essentially.
Wow.
Because you'll see people find romance.
4.5 days, so beautiful.
I know, 4.5 glorious days. And I say that just because it's like, it is, when people say it was like, there's so much that happens there. There is, because you're packing in, I would call it a year in 4.5 days. There is romance, there is heartbreak. Whoa, God. Sorry, darling.
Oh my God.
It was a tighter turn.
Oh my
It was a tighter turn.
Woo! Okay.
Hey,
on.
that's enough.
Doing great. I didn't say anything. You were the one who said it.
You screamed.
I screamed after the fact. I was very calm during the turn.
You screamed. Yeah.
So, okay. Preparing for camp, and that is so true. You were right.
Yeah.
It is like, you are going through an emotional roller coaster and life experiences. Like,
Absolutely.
you are making memories.
It's
okay?
crazy. It's awesome.
So preparation for camp.
Yeah. Talk to me about
from
this.
a girl's perspective
Try
was
that, get
always it was always like a process. Like,
Sure.
packing for camp took so long because you have to be prepared for every situation.
Well, and this is where, in a rare scenario,
Yeah.
guys are just as much intent about
Wow.
this. Now, because, yet
Good to
again,
know.
this is where, like, when we talk about a year's worth of events here, guys are also very aware. A lot of times girls are the ones that just think, like, packing and scenarios here.
Yeah.
Guys, as a young guy growing up, and I still talk to guys, there are 3 to 4 outfit changes for every kid.
That's right.
Every day.
That's right.
Because you have your, like, kind of game clothes, you have your service clothes, you have your morning clothes, you have your afternoon crappy
Your
game
hangout-
clothes,
your
your
hangout
hangout clothes. You have your
Messy game clothes.
the night service is very like like
dress up a
yeah,
little
it's a
bit.
dressier service,
Yeah, uh-huh.
and then you have your late night clothing,
Right. Yeah.
and then your pajamas.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and some of those blend together, but it is like
yeah.
even for guys, this is because yet again, guys are very much, there is a lot of romance. This is a hot and heavy week here.
Okay.
That, you want to look your best for Jesus and the girl down the street. Let's be real here. Let's be real.
Well, also, like, you're very active in camp, and so you want a couple changes of clothes because you might, like, sweat through your clothes depending on what activities you do.
Yeah.
So there is that. So, like, packing is very complicated.
Oh.
And it's fun, too. But, like, it's also, it's also church camp, so, like, you have to make sure everything is appropriate, which probably is how you should live your life, but that's how you have to kind of think. So you have to make sure that everything is appropriate what you're packing. So it requires like strategy, and you got to bring a lot of layers. People pack a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this is not. And
then sometimes people bring like random items. Like you want to think if like there's ways that maybe you could somehow get points, like bringing food for people.
Wait. How would people get points? What's that about?
Oh, that's a good
yeah, so throughout the week, it's all about Jesus, but it's also about games.
Yes.
Mostly about Jesus.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
all about Jesus.
Wait,
but
it's also about teams.
it's all about, so every group, and this is a big part, because obviously it's about Jesus, and that's the most important part, but everybody's also split onto giant teams that are competing to win the camp championship at the end of the week. And you can earn points, obviously, through the games, but some of it's through room inspections, through bribing our oligarchs in charge of the games, if you will.
Yep.
Now, this is one area, though, I think, so I grew up in a different state in Pennsylvania, the great state of Pennsylvania.
Are you going to share your way of how you want to fix it?
Well, one of the things, I don't know about, this is one area that I love.
Because you can't share your special idea.
Which one?
Well, I don't want to say, but Adam has this most amazing idea. It's a secret. Because if ever he gets the chance to rule,
the power.
He will create this at camp, and it will totally change the beginning of camp.
Oh, no.
So you can't say that.
No.
Okay.
This is one area, though.
Are you
so
gonna say that? Okay,
this is just different philosophies.
Okay.
But like in New Jersey, it's all about having a clean room.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, which is good. But,
important.
Pennsylvania was on the opposite. It was about having a clean room. But there were everybody was kind of like, just being clean got you nothing, really. Like, you didn't lose points, but you didn't really gain that much.
Oh.
What you were looking at, though, was how could you decorate your room and create, like, this.
Oh, yes.
So for us, that was always, like, such a big part of camp of, like, so one year we did Hawaiian-themed stuff. We brought in an inflatable pool for our room. So it was just
I would have totally had a crush on you at camp.
Oh, I would have had a crush on you, too.
So much I would have. That's awesome.
So it was just this other world of like, it was such a fun like
so cool.
Yeah, it really added a lot to like.
So, but did you always know your fellow campers, like the people that were going to be in your room?
More, you divided yourself a lot more. So Pennsylvania was just a.
You chose your rooms?
Yeah, so your church was given these rooms and you figured it out yourself.
Oh, wow.
So it was just it was a different setup. So
see, at our camp, you are assigned your room.
Yeah, so in PA, you always
You're
were.
assigned your cabin.
You might be sharing with some other people if needed,
Got
you were always like your church was like.
You were with your home church.
Yeah. So that was like because yet again, New Jersey many more people go individually. If you're Pennsylvania, it was just you're with your church. There are very few individuals that were just randomly popping up.
Oh, very.
But
just
cool. A different world.
Oh, it's so cool. I love that. And actually, because of Adam's experience with the whole room decorating thing, our first year, last year when we went, like having now been married, we like planned together and we brought some decorations for the rooms, and that was really fun.
It was,
it's a really cool factor to do.
Yeah, but that's also
very cozy.
Yeah, it added a little fun to it.
Little fun, yeah.
So
teams.
Yeah, talk about teams. Let's talk about
it. So teams, it's very. It's always like this. This is in my experience. It's always been like this, and I think for many people, as a camper, and as a counselor, because the first night is when you are given your team. You're assigned your team. It's like a pretty great, Yeah.
Hate the first night.
It's gonna happen. It happens during late night, and it's an anxious process.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're kind of
It's wonderful.
Oh my gosh. You like have these hopes and dreams. Like you want your team to be so good. You want your team to be hype, like athletic, like whatever. You want there to be creative people. You want a good mixture of things on your team.
Yeah, you need a lot.
You want good counselors, like all the things. And as a camper, I remember always being like, actually as a camper, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know a ton of people. Like I was kind of like, let's just be hyped. That was my most thing. As a counselor, actually that's true. Like my main thing is I'll always choose if I can just get these people hyped. Yeah. That's what I want. But the bottom line is, this is what I've learned. Never I always expect the first night to be kind of lame.
Yeah.
After you've chosen your team, because no matter what, you don't know these people, so you just get like first impressions off of them, and like you're tired, and they just pull together all these random groups, and you can look at these people and think, oh no, like I've got like the littlest junior hires, or I've got like really like quiet like people, or they seem really lame, they don't seem into it. And I just always think like I am going to take no information from this first impression because it means nothing to me.
Oh, absolutely.
And the awful thing is too, no offense to camp, love camp, but you just kind of got to get through this first night because you have to do a challenge together in that first moment when you meet each other, and it's really hard.
Well, and this is, in my mind, so, like, I love, yet again, and this is sounding weird because we're harping on this one that we love camp.
We love it. But
this is like our least, we both agree. This is our biggest challenge.
This is rough.
Yeah, because it's also, the awkward part is you're getting at some of your, so you're almost always paired with kids you know, but a lot of them are kids you don't know.
Yeah.
And the first thing you have
cabin, your immediate like 8 people, you know them. But other than that, you probably
you're with
don't know
3 to 4 other cabins,
like
so it's like
20 other people.
Like, so last year I had 2 groups in my church that were from my church on our team, which helped a lot.
Yeah,
but here's the issue. You have to come up with a name and a team chant, and that is the...
Within, like, how much time?
You get, like, 10, 15 minutes.
And you're, like, in the dark, too.
You're in
like,
the dark.
outside of the dark.
You don't know half the kids' names.
Yeah, no.
And now you're immediately paired up. So you're split off by, like, personality. So there's always one larger personality on a team. And I get that. And Gabby
There's always a squawker.
Gabby is one of those. And
well,
so, no, you're a loud personality.
No, I am a loud personality.
That's a compliment. You could rally a group.
I hear you, but this is I think this is a little different of a loud personality that first night.
No, but like...
it's usually a different kind of loud personality.
No, but here, what I'm saying is they give like one leader, like they split up leaders kind of by strengths.
Sure.
So, and like I'm a loud person and I have a lot of energy.
Right.
I'm terrible at this first night. So it's
that's
always...
what I'm saying, because it's a different type of person that needs to take charge on this night.
Yeah, this is a creative one, but the problem is you have 30 kids that are all yelling ideas out, and it's the kid that's the loudest that gets it every time.
Yes.
And it's sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's so easy to cause disruptions this night, and